Welcome to the channel. Here we break down personal finance and build real financial literacy. It's not just about money, it's about using time management and task prioritization to focus on what matters most. With the right mindset, you'll master goal setting and follow through with goal achievement. And we'll always keep an eye on the big picture, investing in retirement accounts and planning for the long term. Stay disciplined, stay determined. This is Next Level Determination. In this video, I will go over how to create a basic ledger. So what I like to do first is go in here in a spreadsheet. You can use Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. They're pretty similar. There's a few differences, but for the most part, what I show here is applicable to both. So what I'll go in is I'll put in all caps at the top a column for date. Let's say location. And we'll say purchase. Yeah, I'll just keep this one simple. Purchase, deposit. We're just going to have these columns for this one. In future videos, I may include more. I myself use more, but for the purposes of this video, we'll just go with this. Shrink the size of this a little bit. Okay, so here I'm going to change the format to short date. And we're going to put this for the beginning of the month. The first item I always put on here is current balance, so you know what you're starting with your existing funds. Okay, these next two, I'm going to put in the dollar formatting. So we're not buying anything, we're not depositing anything. Got this one, that's your balance. Okay, and let's say that we're starting this month out with $1,763. So that'll be our starting balance. And what you want to do here is go ahead and list all the bills that you know you have, your recurring bills. So let's say you have rent or mortgage. You know, you have let's say you have a payday in here. So payday is going to be a deposit. There. I'll take that down a little bit. So let's say your rent is $750, and you're going to get paid every 2 weeks. And let's say you get $1,500. Okay. What I also like to do right quick is purchases. Since you're taking money out of your account, I'm going to change that to a red color font. A deposit is money coming in, so I like to keep that as a green. And then the balance, I don't change the color, I just keep it as the default for black. Next, go ahead and go back here, put the date on here. So 9/1/91. Okay, it's trying to be silly with the formatting, so I'm just going to copy the format to that. Okay, so before we start putting too many more items in here, it's important to note that the balance needs to update as we go. So what I will do is on the second line, I'm going to put equals previous balance minus the purchase plus the deposit. And it doesn't matter which one is, what you do here, because you're always going to subtract this column from your balance and add this column, because that's money in, this is money out. And now I'm going to click this little square in the bottom right corner and drag it down so it applies that formula to the rest of it. Okay, so now we'll just throw in a couple other ones here, basic ones, and see how it turns out. So let's say you have a utility bill every month. You know, to do, let's say it's $300. So you have a car note or car bill. We'll say $500. And these numbers aren't going to be realistic in this example. You'll have to tailor it to fit your current budget and expenses relative to where you live. So you have groceries for the month. You can either put this, you know, as frequently as you get groceries, or just an overall once a month thing to budget. Let's say you have $600 set aside for groceries. Of course, again, that depends on how many people you have in your household, cost of living, all those factors to consider. So you have another payday if you're paid twice a month. And then let's say you have some miscellaneous spending on whatever, you know, whether that's entertainment or, you know, going out to eat here and there once in a while, you know, any number of things you can do. You want to keep this number lower, but we're all going to spend something extra. So let's say I'm spending $150 a month extra that I probably shouldn't, but there we go. And what I'm going to do next is, let's just say that that's it for the month. You know, real basic budget here. And I'll go in and put in balance. That's towards the end of the month. And then that's what I end the month with. So this is what I start with. This is what I end with. All deposits go in this column, purchases in that column. You can swap them if you want, it doesn't matter. Just remember to adjust your formula in here whenever you do. And that's a very basic tutorial on how to create a ledger. Depending on your personal situation, you may have additional columns in here. Like you may have a column for a savings account if you want to calculate exactly how much you're taking out to put into savings, and then have that set in a different category than your purchases. That way you just have different, you know, better accountability, if you will. You know, and then once you're done with that, you know, you can change this to, let's say, September 2025 if you want. And again, I like to go in at the beginning of the month and preload this with the bills that I know are going to be there, with the amounts and the dates, because usually you get those about 2 weeks ahead of time for like a utility bill. Rent and mortgage should be about the same, so you should know that. Car note should be the same. Groceries can be variable, but you can have a general idea. Paydays, you should be able to tell what days those are. The amount you get paid may be different depending on how your work schedule is, but either way, you can put that value in. And then anything that comes after all that, you can just put in as you go. But this way, what I like to do is go ahead and put it in so I know to the day, like, oh, okay, let's say today's the 2nd. Well, utility bill's on the 15th and it has that much coming out, so I need to already calculate that much is spent so I don't overspend. That way it's already set aside, so you don't have to worry about the overdrafts on that. That is it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found value in this, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe to Next Level Determination so you don't miss out on more tips that'll take your financial literacy, goal setting, and time management to the next level. If you know a friend or family member who could benefit from this content, share this video with them. Let's build a community of people determined to reach their goals together. Until next time, stay focused, stay motivated, and always push toward your next level.